Well, good afternoon, guys. Thanks for being here today. Today, I would like to talk to you about these Kim lights. Now, most of us have probably had at least a fair amount of experience with these, anything from 80s rock concert to, like a military application. And I think I just inadvertently dated myself. But anyway, like I said, most of us have probably used these in the past. Well, today, I would like to talk to you about a relatively new option on the market. They are rechargeable. Similar concept, but you can reuse them. Anyway, guys, hang around. Well, welcome back, folks. Thanks for choosing to spend your time with me today. I am grateful. Today, like I said, I want to talk to you about rechargeable glow sticks. Now, in my past, I'm almost 40 years old, and several times in my youth and early adulthood, I came across products that supposedly would fit this bill or fit this role and that were rechargeable. All of them were bunk until I found these. I found these by cruising around on Amazon, just doing my regular, social surfing, stuff like that. And those annoying ads that just Facebook has populated everywhere. Well, I kept on seeing some from a company called UV Paqlite. And eventually, after 6 or 7 times of seeing these, I was like, so I clicked on it. Probably is usually a mistake, but anyway, I clicked on it, and it was intriguing. The thing that was intriguing the most to me was the price point. I bought what I believe they call their Scout Pack, something like that. I'll put all the links in the description with specific names and stuff like that. But anyway, it was very affordable. It was around $20, $25. It was just cheap enough for me to go, I'll take a shot and see if it's actually worth it. So folks, let me change the camera angle and I'll show you exactly what these are, and I'll get into some demonstrations and comparisons and stuff like that. I'm going to introduce each one of these individually to you as a group, and then we will get into some demonstrations. As you can see, each of these have these green crystals in them. This one probably shows it off the best. Has these green crystals in it. This one itself, it's called a tube light. It's like a plastic test tube filled with epoxy and these green crystals. All of them have the same crystals inside of them. It's called strontium aluminate, is what the exact chemical or compound is itself. As you can see, there's several different designs. This one right here is called the UVO necklace. This again is the tube light. This one I believe they call their UV glow stick, and this one is the matte light. Before we jump into the demonstrations, I do want to go over their claims a little bit. They do claim that these will go for up to around 10 hours per charge. Now, you can charge these off the sun, you can charge them off of your flashlight, or just by any ambient light that you have. Back to their claims, they do say up to 10 hours of light. They also make the claim that the light provided by these is strong enough to read by. Now, both of those are partially true. Now let me clarify that by saying that they're not lying. I will say it does seem to be kind of a marketing thing. 10 hours, yes. If your eyes are in full night vision mode, they do glow at the 10-hour point, yes. However, readable light, I'd say you got about 2 to 4 hours depending on how much you charge it up before you start wanting to use it. Let's go over charging these guys. Now honestly guys, it's dark enough out here I can't see exactly where this camera is pointed. I've got the UV Paqlite products lined up somewhere in front of the camera. I think I'm about right, but I don't know what's being recorded. I would like to point out that these have been held in that pouch for the last probably 11 hours, and to the naked eye they are still glowing a little bit. Most of you guys probably know that these $200 HD cameras, they don't do the best at night, but I want to show you guys how to charge these things. With a flashlight, it just takes a couple of seconds. There we go. I was pretty close. Anyway, I just put a concentrated amount of light on whatever UV Paqlite I'm going to use, whether it be the necklace or the matte light or whatnot, and give it a good, they say on their website it takes 1 full second. I can't really argue with that, but I'm a fan of overkill, and I like to get all the angles of these earth crystals or whatever with light for a good second or two with a good bright flashlight. If you want to charge this with the sun, it takes about a minute or two, and with just regular ambient light, I think they say it takes up to 30 minutes. Don't hold me to that. They have a chart that you can look at that gives all the specific details. Anyway, folks, as you can see, that is plenty bright. At least on this viewfinder, it is tearing it up. And to the naked eye, I mean, I can see for a good 5 feet circle around me. This matte light, the majority of the use that it's seen with me in my household is my oldest son. He does not like the dark, and living in the country, it's not abnormal for us to lose power. And what I have found that has been extremely helpful to us with this one is it provides a broad, soft light, so it's not something that once it's charged, it's going to keep him awake or anything. But if the power goes out, he still has a light in his room to kind of help keep him comforted or whatnot until we can get there and get him situated and stuff like that. Let me talk about this tube light for just a minute. This thing has been great. I love it for when I'm hammock camping. Sometimes I hang it on a ridge line. Sometimes I put it in a pocket that's hanging above my hammock itself. It really just depends on what hammock I'm using, but this provides a nice soft glow that yes, I can read to, but it's not so bright or obtrusive that it's going to keep me awake at the point that I choose to go to sleep. So if I'm done reading, I can put my book away and roll over and go to sleep, and this isn't going to kind of seep through my eyelids or whatnot and keep me awake. And at the same time, this is good for just about any application you'd want to do with a traditional style Kim light. Let's do a quick comparison test. Now keep in mind the tube light you see on the ground right now, it has been going for about 10 minutes. The lighting does gradually or slowly decrease. But let's compare to a regular Kim light. It's not quite as bright, but guys, keep in mind you can recharge the tube light with just about 2 to 3 seconds on your flashlight, whereas that Kim light, it's a one-stop shop, man. And this UVO necklace, real quick, get you a close-up of this. It's pretty neat. I wouldn't, gimmicky's not quite the right word. It would be more of a specialized use. How we've used it is, again, going back to, me and my family, we do like to take walks out in the woods or just on our property at night. And my youngest son, he's just shy of 2 years old. He's kind of rambunctious, and when he sees something he wants to go get, he's going to go get it no matter what we say. But he also has, it's really handy, he has a Paw Patrol backpack he likes to wear everywhere. And this has been pretty handy. I can tie this to the back of his backpack, charge it up with my flashlight really quick, and it makes it extremely simple to keep track of where he's going, even if he's outside of the stream of our flashlight. Another way that I've really enjoyed using this, again, if I'm hammock camping or something like that, I live in Western North Carolina, and if you guys have ever been in Western North Carolina, the woods here at night, a lot of times they all look the same. And so if you do any exploring, if you need to go out and get firewood, any activity like that, when you're coming back to your camp, sometimes even if you're in the general area of where you're camped, if you don't have a light source at your camp, it can be, a scratch your head moment. Now, where did I put my hammock? And this has proved to be pretty handy, and just to charge it up, hang it on a tree limb near my camp, and it makes it really simple to nail down exactly where it is. And finally, this UV glow stick. Get you another close-up of this here. The crystals in this one seem to be more powderized or whatnot. It provides for a stronger glow that's more centralized. It doesn't throw quite as far, but it's near the source. It is brighter than the larger crystal style of these other products they put out. And this is the one that I found to be particularly handy as far as reading is concerned. If you're reading out in camp, on your porch, if you don't want to have a bunch of bright lights around you to light up your book, this one, you charge it up, lay it down flat on the page that you're reading, and it works extremely well for that. And another application with this one that I have found particularly handy is night navigation. Now, I'll be honest, guys, I don't do a lot of night navigation, but I do it from time to time. If you just charge this up in your hand with your flashlight, that way you don't destroy your night vision. This way you can set it down on your map, and you can find the contours and landmarks that you are looking for without ruining your night vision or burning up the batteries in your flashlight. Well, I have to be honest here. When I ordered these a couple months ago, I fully expected not to even make a video. I figured, it's coming off an ad on Facebook. Facebook's not known for their most accurate or high quality product ads. Like I said, I fully assumed I was buying a gimmick and I wouldn't end up doing a video. But I've been actually very pleasantly surprised with these. They're very affordable, very easy to use. Overall, the marketing and in their claims, they are telling the truth. Now, the truth isn't quite as plain as it seems on paper. There is a little bit of fudge room there, but I'll give it to them. They do glow for 10 hours. It's not readable light for 10 hours, but they do glow for 10 hours. They are extremely handy. They don't seem to wear out. I've charged these many times, and over those many times they have not gotten any weaker. So all that to say, they do come through on their claims overall. The aspect that I like the most about these is the cost savings. My kids love to play with Paqlites. We buy them by the case of 12. Like I said, we lose power fairly frequently around here, and so they're just handy to have around. But my kids love to play with them, so when we buy a case, we'll hand out a couple for them to play with that night and the next morning as they're still glowing. But Paqlites are expensive, and that's probably not the wisest use of our money, just to let them be toys. But anyway, with these, they are a little bit more of an initial investment, but they're rechargeable, and so my kids can play with them all night long, which is probably not a good thing to play with them all night long, but you know what I mean. And then the next night, I can just go back and recharge it, and they can play all over again, and I'm not having to invest any more money in a product that is a one-time use only. Another cost-saving aspect in this is you charge it up with your flashlight, and you're done using your battery, so you don't have to leave your flashlight on to do what you need to do. You charge it up for 2 or 3 seconds, and you're good to go. You turn your flashlight off, and you get to save the juice in your batteries. Well, folks, like I said, thanks for choosing to spend your time with me today. I have enjoyed showing these off to you very much. I will leave all the product links and descriptions and stuff like that down in the description of this video. Do me a favor, guys. If you found this helpful, found it informative, would you go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me? I would appreciate it. And guys, if you haven't done so yet, there's a subscription button right down here. If you would go ahead and click on that if you want to see more stuff like this. And as always, guys, hit up the comment section. Let me know what you think of this. Maybe tell everybody about a solution that you use that's similar to this. Anyway, guys, thanks again for being here today, and I will see you next time. Have a great day, folks.